Well, who was waiting for a poll to prove something that we already knew was true? Yeah, it turns out that NBC put a poll out. Took months, took all the time in the world. Lots of really dedicated thinking went behind this one to figure out that the American people in mass, Republicans, Independents, and Democrats all believe that political rhetoric put forward by our media and our politicians have led to political violence and assassinations of Charlie Kirk. Y'all, this is going to be one to send out because we all know who's screaming from the rooftops, everyone's Hitler. Just saying. Everything will be linked in the description box below. I cannot wait to hear what you guys think. And of course, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Turn the notification bell on. We're going to dive right into this, guys. We are starting off the week. I was waiting for the right story. And this is it. Okay? We're going to walk through this. But keep in mind, Charlie Kirk was killed about 2.5 months ago. I know it seems like years ago. 2.5 months ago, Charlie Kirk was assassinated. So the polling that just came out that we're about to walk through shows that, again, everybody, as I said in the introduction, Democrats, Independents, and Republicans all believe political rhetoric that has been amplifying and magnifying over the last decade is causing a violent reaction in the population. Who would have thought that would be a thing? Maybe it's time, media and politicians, to back off the extreme violent rhetoric. I don't know. Maybe. Let's get into this because even the people know this. Again, you guys are leading from the front. Y'all know it. We all know it. There's no reason for these people to tell us. But anyway, let's get it. Majorities across parties say extreme political rhetoric was a contributor to Charlie Kirk's killing. It's the first time in NBC News polling across 5 different violent incidents that there has been bipartisan agreement blaming extreme rhetoric for political and media figures. Yeah, no kidding. And this is the big thing that I want to hearken you back to. Do you remember when Charlie Kirk was assassinated? Remember all the clips that we played of the left celebrating and being extremely exuberant in his death? Do you remember when Donald Trump had the bullet went through his ear and the leftists were losing their minds that someone missed the opportunity? All of these things, I'm just saying, I do. We covered it all on this channel, but let's keep on going because it's coming from very much a vast majority, most of one side. As you can see, November 17, we're going to dive into this. More than 6 in 10 registered voters said they think extreme political rhetoric was an important contributor to the killing of conservative activist Charlie Kirk earlier this year, including majorities of Democrats, Republicans, and Independents, according to the latest NBC News poll. No kidding. Y'all, Democrats, Republicans, and Independents cannot agree on what color the sky is. They agree on this. Everyone knows. And when I say the underlying currents, the things that are happening in our population, when I say they are turning for the better, it starts with everyone acknowledging that the political rhetoric and the insane language from media and politicians needs to stop. And I'll be candid with you. It's mostly coming from the left. Like, there's some popping off on the right. It's mostly on the left. It is in mass on the left. Okay, let's keep on going. The survey marks the first time across questions about 5 different violent incidents over 15 years of NBC News polling that there has been a cross-partisan agreement that rhetoric played the important role in the attack, as opposed to the incident have been more about the actions of a single disturbed person. First time in 15 years, the American people go, yeah, we should probably tone this bad boy down. This is where it's going to go. The first party that figures this out, it's going to do pretty good. Overall, 61% of respondents said they feel that extreme political rhetoric used by some of the media and political leaders was an important contributor to Kirk's killing. Of course it was. They called everyone on the right Hitler. They called everyone on the right fascist. And the they here is Democrats and the media. They castigated the Charlie Kirk brand. They castigated the man himself. They castigated Turning Point USA. They went after every single person who would dare call themselves Republican, MAGA, or conservative, to the point where you guys might remember this. No one wanted to answer polling in the 2016 or the 2020 election or the 2024 election. A little bit less than 2024, but they didn't even want to bring up polling because the threat of violence was too great. They couldn't tell people who they thought they were going to vote for because there was going to be backlash. You guys old enough to remember this? Because I know I am. Let's keep on going. Republicans blamed rhetoric by the widest margins, 73 to 19%. But independents, 53-28, and Democrats, 54-34, were also much more likely to blame extreme political rhetoric as a factor than to discount it. Y'all, those are the numbers right there. Republicans do it. Democrats do it. Independents do it. Everyone knows that Charlie Kirk's assassination was brought about by extreme political rhetoric. Everyone knows it. And the party that is really, really guilty of it is that D party, the Democrat, Team Blue. Rising numbers blame rhetoric for attacks on political figures. Now, this is interesting. I'm going to zoom in a little bit on this. Look at this. Green is one person, and orange is rhetoric. Okay, some of both, whatever. This is in 2011. Listen to this time frame. 2011, it was one crazy person, 71%. June 2017 was Steve Scalise, only 6 years later. It was motivated by extreme political rhetoric and a crazy person. If you'll recall, the guy who shot him was a Bernie bro, and Bernie Sanders was being very, very vocal about a lot of stuff at this time. November 2022, attack of Paul Pelosi. It went from the first switch over, 40 to 49. 49 was the extreme political rhetoric. September 2024, second attempt on Donald Trump. Same thing, 54% believed it was extreme political rhetoric. October 2025, killing of Charlie Kirk, 61-28. The entire American population knows, understands, has eyes and ears to see and hear that the extreme political rhetoric being brought forward by our leaders is bringing crazy people to do crazy things. It has got to stop. And every single person knows it. If you are looking for a unifying point in our entire country where, again, we cannot agree on what color the sky is, a pretty good unifying point is this trend right here. Everyone knows extreme political rhetoric and from media and politicians is causing issues in the system. We all know it. That's what it's showing right here. Oh, sorry, I didn't have that up. There you go. That graph right there. It's all showing it. Let's keep on going. I got some more stuff for you. In each incident, members of the victim's political party have been more likely to pin blame on extreme rhetoric than on just one individual. But more respondents have blamed rhetoric from political and media figures each time. And this is where it gets even farther. Look at this. Growing belief across partisan lines that rhetoric has been an important contributor to incidents of political violence. Do you feel more that extreme political rhetoric used by some of the media and by political leaders was an important contributor to the incident, or do you feel more this is an incident caused by a disturbed person? Look at this. This is how it breaks down. Everything is changing from 2011 to 2017 to 2022 to 2024, and it's now the other side in 2025. It took 14 years for the extreme political rhetoric to start ending up killing people because crazy people are listening to threats of democracy and end of our country, fascism, Nazism, and all these different names they throw about like it's nothing, right? You're looking at the actual hard data right now. The American people, Democrat, Independent, Republican, who again do not agree on anything politically, agree on this. This is a hell of a good starting point to make this happen. All right, so now, the NBC News poll surveyed 1,000 registered voters, October 24 through 28. This was 1,000 registered voters. And here's the bottom line. The extreme political rhetoric in our political system is something that is going to only go away with one of two things. Either the conclusion of Donald Trump's presidency, even then it'll still be there, or the Democrats have a come to Jesus moment, but they won't do that because their existing power base and their clientele base and their constituencies demand it. Not the everyday Democrats, but the far left woke progressives. If you are not anti-Trump, you are not pro-freedom. And that's just a simple equation. It's like that thing, it's not okay, it's not enough to be not a racist, you have to be against racist too. Like you have to be anti-racist. Right? It's a very wild combination of purity test, virtue signal, and political elitism. Anyway, what do you guys think of that? Do you agree? Do you see what I'm trying to lay out here? Did I land the plane? And I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you there.